Well, hunger is a problem nationwide, and here in Central Ohio, 1 in 4 children and 1 in 6 adults not getting enough to eat.
This is horrible. And in Franklin County alone, 120 tons of food wasted, and it ends up in the landfill each year. NBC4's Olivia FECTEAU tells us about a man who's faced hunger and the problem people are trying to fix.
Yeah, Matt and Ellie, think about the food you buy at the grocery store for your family. It's expensive, right? Now think about what you throw out. For the average family of 4 in the U.S., that's almost $1,500 worth of food every year. That's food that isn't making its way to people who are hungry.
A few times a week, when the food truck pulls up to Holy Family Soup Kitchen in Columbus, CECIL SWINT helps unload the deliveries.
It's hard to be productive if you're hungry.
SWINT isn't just a volunteer. He eats his meals here, too.
I had a extremely bad drug habit, ended up out of the home, pretty much destroyed a real good relationship.
Through recovery and homelessness, SWINT has faced hunger. In Central Ohio, he's not unusual. 1 out of 6 adults isn't getting enough to eat.
We have them making choices about buying their prescriptions or buying groceries.
The Mid-Ohio Food Bank partners with larger organizations like Ohio State, picking up leftovers for its second servings program. Still, food in Central Ohio isn't always making its way to our hungry neighbors.
We see all these as just missed opportunities to feed our economy, to feed our communities, and to create healthier environments.
At the top of the Franklin County landfill, you're standing on more than 30 years worth of waste. The view is nice, but the implications are not. Some of that food could be going to people who need it.
In the city of Columbus, there's no reason for anybody to go hungry.
There are some programs and initiatives here in Central Ohio to get that food to people in our communities who are hungry and to keep that waste out of the landfill. I'll tell you what's being done coming up at 6.
Many of our neighbors here in Central Ohio are food insecure. They're not getting enough to eat every day. The Mid-Ohio Food Bank says 1 in 4 children and 1 in 6 adults are just plain going hungry.
NBC4's Olivia FECTEAU is live in the studio to explain what's being done to combat that hunger and keep food from going to waste. Olivia?
Yeah, Matt and Ellie, people dealing with hunger have to make a lot of choices. Sometimes that choice comes down to paying their rent or buying groceries. So some groups in Central Ohio are taking action to connect people with the food they need.
There's some families that don't have cookies at home, and we have cookies at our house.
Volunteers from Community Plates are picking up leftover food to bring to pantries and soup kitchens.
Sandwiches, cookies, buns, trays of catered food.
Susan Kaiser-Smith helps coordinate food pickups from nearly 100 donors, including catering companies and restaurants. But there are still gaps where food gets thrown away. State Representative Cheryl Grossman has introduced a bill to reimburse restaurants 10 cents a pound for donated food.
Right now, on maybe some of the smaller restaurants, it's not worth the effort for them to be able to do this.
She hopes it encourages those restaurants to donate rather than throwing away good food. And at the International Harvest Garden,
we're growing corn and tomatoes, peppers, collard greens, kale.
They're tackling hunger by helping people grow their own food.
We also do encourage folks to share their surplus produce with a food bank of their choice, and we do have a plot that we dedicate to grow things for the food bank as well.
There's still plenty to be done, but for people like Susan Kaiser-Smith,
You get to see the expression on someone's face when they see you coming in with 50 pizzas that have not been touched.
the help they're able to provide to the hungry is priceless.
For more information on all of these programs and initiatives, you can head to our website, NBC4i.com. Reporting live in the studio, Olivia FECTEAU, NBC4.